And welcome back. We're where we left off last time, Shadow Empire, at the bottom of round 121, where we have 8 decisions awaiting us. And we finally completed hydroponics, so, I'm not gonna go ahead and immediately focus on discovery, but I'm tempted to. I'm real tempted to. Just to get metal soil filtration showing up quicker. Granted, one of the reasons I'm not going to is we're currently suffering a power problem. One might imagine that not having solved the power problem,
Aye, sir.
we may get into a situation where we don't have the power to run the miners, so yeah. And we just found another metal source, so I think we're fine for the moment, expansion-wise. Yeah,
Yes,
my
sir.
balance is fine. Yeah, favorite design. Secret Service. I tend to just accept them being balanced, that's fine. We don't have any volcanoes, so volcanic energy trapping isn't tempting. If we need more petrol, deep core would be fine. So let's look at our tech tree. What are we looking for? Geotectonics would help us get towards heavy industry. Otherwise, not too worried about things like mining robotization. Which would be to go this way. Speed production. Okay. This tech and food mass pool. Together they add extra 300. Okay. Yeah, so not necessarily sure where I want to run tech-wise. We probably do want barracks, and we probably want to get VidCom when VidCom comes up, so we can actually start to improve the cities. So, other than maybe picking mines, or I don't think we necessarily need the petrol right now. We don't need the petrol. Not too worried about robotization, though eventually we will want to robotize. But yeah, let's pick up barracks. We'll finish getting barracks, and then we'll revisit, probably taking geotectonics. And we developed a medium aircraft, so we should develop a blueprint for the medium aircraft.
Roger that.
Don't like that our money's starting to go down so aggressively, but we can work on that. Model... Not model. Blueprint. Medium aircraft, 1 engine, new blueprint. This is going to be a fighter bomber. Technically, the fighter bomber right now is not going to load, because I want to run this as probably rockets, so... yes, it's going to be twin Gauss heavy machine guns. This is a medium aircraft, so we'll start saying probably heavy propeller with some small wings and a lot of fuel. Okay, we're going to need bigger wings. Medium aircraft, medium wings. Large wings. Bigger engine. Yeah, rocket's not the way to go. No, maybe. But no, we're going to probably try to stick to propellers. So we need big wings. Maybe we can go away with small. More fuel going to give you more range. Okay, so that's probably where we're looking. We're looking at like a 5x plane at the moment. Medium 5x. Yeah. So this is one reason you don't necessarily want to make the plane bigger until you have better engines or more fuel-efficient engines, whatever, right? Because we basically, this fighter bomber has the same weapons as the small aircraft with less range, so it's just worse, right? We're developing this because we probably want the 2-engine, and the 2-engine might actually do what we're trying to do here better, but because the two we're probably actually going to second as a cargo plane. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Leave that. I'm gonna use this one. This is not a particularly great fighter bomber. When we get some better engines, it'll be something we work upon. But we're mainly developing this, so
Affirmative.
we have something to work off of. Maybe a good way to think about it. We know it's not going to be the best, and that's fine. We're accepting that. Power did continue to go down. We did finish that solar panel, so I might not panic. We're getting a little bit of power throttling. We don't have level 3 here. And I don't really want to throw more people at the problem right now to try to get to level 3. Don't have level 3 here, similarly. No, we have some fish coming ashore, so shoot up the
Yes,
fish,
sir.
please.
We're going in. Mission successful.
Yeah, we definitely don't have level 3 here, and this one's not even in a good position to burn. Could, hypothetically, if we were desperate both for industry and power, or desperate for power to power stuff, we could throw biofurnaces at either of these locations. How much does that cost? Yeah, our industry's not looking super hot right now. Though we were building 3 things that proceeded at speed. Well, we'll still be building 2 of those 3 things, so I think no more industry for the moment. Okay, time to do some strategic redeploys. Across the ocean, we can get you across. Can we get a second one across? Okay, it'd have to be a small unit like an HQ. I don't just want to throw an HQ across to throw an HQ across, so make do with the one. At some point I should maybe try to do some reorganization, so the 4th and the 2nd are working together, and not mixed like they are currently, but that's fine. It's not a rush to do that. Scalia territory. Offer protection, that one's actually plausible, maybe because we haven't been trying with that one. Trying and failing with that one. So let's attempt a unification with them. And a Shadow Diplomat. To the Director of the Foreign Affairs.
Roger that.
And then we'll play Offer Protection. So there's a 31% chance of success.
Roger that.
And it failed, but it didn't critically fail, which is expected because there's only like a 19% chance of a critical fail. So it was a better chance of success than it was critical fail. And we can keep trying. That was a good enough odd that until we at least critical fail, it's worth trying. I probably want... How much of the first do we have across? We've got... Or the second. We've got 3 subunits of it. If we can get 2 more subunits across, we'll probably then pick a fight with Minos here. Oh, those are the aliens, okay. So they're the aliens, they're the people we're thinking about invading. We have a 5% chance of getting peace with them, but let's not bother. We have no chance of getting peace with those guys. Those are some aliens. At some point we're gonna have to negotiate some more recon with trading houses that are not Dahlia Bay. Dahlia Bay controls some very important sea zones for us. But at the moment they... Well, besides the sea zones that they control, right? So they control that one, they control this one. I'm surprised we're not getting good recon in this one, but they control some of that one. Right, those are kind of important ones to us, right? So that's between those two. That's between... This is actually the one we're actually doing all our trading over. They control this one down here, so they control our important zones. But they don't necessarily control the important zones. Contracts. Got 6 rounds left on our recon and explore. We could, in some point, be allowed. I know we're allowed to expand the transport ones. Looks like we're not allowed on the recon ones to extend their duration. Contracted, delivered. So we're not getting quite what we're requesting there, but that's fine. Same here. We're not quite getting what we're requesting. And that's due to port problems. We have bad ports, is basically what that's telling me. And fixing that requires industry and metal, which we got the metal in the moment. Metal's doing good. Just want more industry. We'll see that get finished next year, and that might help the metal problem. And then we'll be more on the industry issues at that point. Okay, what is the opinions before we end the turn? What is our opinions of our personnel? The lowest opinion personnel is the governor of Mooncron with 67. And what are factions looking like happiness-wise? So the Popular Trader Union is Government Mind Merit, which we like. Also annoyingly, Commerce. Honestly, we don't really want to be Minor Commerce, but we can work with Minor Commerce. Autocracy Government Fist, so that is actually our preferred party. Autocracy, Commerce, Fist. Not really on the Autocracy, but we like Fist. Commerce, Democracy, Mind. And we can see where the power base is. So this one only has power base in Zone Administration. This one's got some average in Zone Administration, otherwise fairly weak elsewhere. This one's actually the one in Government mostly. Maybe not surprising that the one we're agreeing with is the Government one, yeah. And then the strongest one is actually the one we probably only partially agree with, right? We like Merit, we like Government, we don't necessarily like their Mind and Commerce alignments. And they are the biggest party. They're also the happiest party at the moment, because we've been sort of... They're Mind and Commerce because we've been coerced into Mind and Commerce by event decisions. Let's raise his opinion a bit. Just give him a bonus, yeah.
Roger that. Roger that.
Double bonus him. Back to that page. Sadly, I don't think, again, we worked out earlier, we can't, for some reason, we can't have a guy roll against himself. Who would have think, right? Otherwise, we'd raise the opinion of our Interior Council guy. And let's, we can official gift to this guy.
Roger that.
There we go. I think that's a good place. Oh, colonists. Before I forget, ship the colonists across the lake.
That.
Getting close to where I want the city size to be. This isn't really supposed to be a major city, but it is a city, and giving enough people that the government workers are not pissed that the civilian workers are being paid too much is kind of the goal of throwing colonists at here for the moment. I tend to find that a healthy ratio is like 25% government, 30 or 75% civilian. and the intern, as someone expected, is fairly boring, which is what we want. We don't necessarily want to live in interesting times. There's Steel Land, bottom of round 122. We have 3 decisions winning us, so it's a bit of a decision poor turn. Resource rumors. Talk and bribe Maritime Trading House staff to learn information on the zone. Okay. Now we got another militia project. So I'm going to keep that about 50. We'll keep the Interior Council about 10. Foreign Affairs, I think we'll drop to 10. We want to keep our research around 15. And I suppose that says that both those are going to be 10. Okay, that should work.
Roger that.
Some opinions up, some opinions down, based on how the whole thing jiggles out. That's fine. I probably like democracy better than heart, because it's easier to suppress with the profiles that we want to go to. Okay, so we've got all of the 4th. We're missing the last of the 2nd, and the 2nd's command, obviously. Can't strategic move it across. We can go ahead and just march it onto the port, which is going to make a big difference. We'll do it. I probably am in the place where I could strategic move the HQ across, which we'll do. We've got a full front line at this point, so I'm not worried about the HQ being attacked or something. When I get the last of the 2nd across, we'll probably merge these 2 Galactic Republic infantry, and then we'll start the war. Colonist-wise, throw in more colonists. This will probably be the last wave of colonists I send over here for a while. We can't actually send a full 1,000, so we'll send what we can, and yeah, that'll probably be the last wave. We'll throw some colonists here. If we get this zone up to 3, that'll allow some more power choices. And we are running apparently surplus power now that the capitalist power plant is up. No, we're still being throttled. In fact, it's throttling for all places. It's throttling the middle line, which I'd prefer it not to. We do have some surplus industry, so to try... Actually, how much do we have construction project-wise going on? So we finished that metal facility. Not going to immediately turn around and upgrade it because it's only controlled by a level 1 place anyway. We want the solar field done. That's... Okay, so we got about 150 spare construction. Which, what we can do is we can do an organic furnace there and an organic furnace over here. And that should actually just fit in that construction budget. We'll see if that power increase helps a lot. Political power-wise, we can, or should be able to, play a Shadow Diplomat on the Foreign Affairs Counselor.
Roger that.
And then I believe we still have that one faction that should be amenable to offer protection. We'd like to do it with this one, but this one's not. We've pissed them off too many times with critical failures. This one, we have a decent chance of success.
Roger that.
And we critical failed, making it harder. Because, of course, we do. So, coverts, or ops-wise, let's go ahead and try to embed some spies.
Copy that.
In zones we're interested in for the moment.
Copy that.
Both to gain some more covert ops skill on our spy, and to get some recon info on them as well. War and strength. I don't think either of those is covert ops, but we can check. Cabinet, covert ops leader. Covert ops is war, so let's actually... We've got a perfect card for use. We'll put a dopinator on the guy. Hopefully that went on the right person. And we got some political power left for things like militia projects, so let's get the militia project out. I'm trying to click on a small zone. There we go.
Understood.
I think that's the third militia project in there, so we'll be moving to the islands next. We got the blue power. We can put the commercial project out as well.
Understood.
Okay. Don't like how our money is coming down. There are ways to fix that. One of those was actually, we've got a decent amount of metal, so we can take advantage of the fact that metal specifically is really expensive and get an influx from that. Yeah, that's temporarily solved our money problems. Okay, let's cycle the turn. And the intern, as kind of as expected, is being a little bit of boring, but boring is good when we're not trying to make it interesting. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. We did complete the barracks, so as far as raising quality of life in zones, the only one we're missing is the entertainment one. Yeah, here I think we're going to go geotectonics. If for no other reason, it's going to save us some industry later on building things. And commerce. If I got to suppress the wrong way around, right, we don't want heart, we don't want commerce, because commerce is suppressing government, heart suppress fist. I'd rather run commerce than I'd rather run the other way around, so. And you're the one we want to strategically deploy. We are able to get them across. March them down here. March them over here. And let's do a transfer. You to you. Merge the units. So now we've got a mostly full Galactic Republic infantry unit. Yeah, so I think next turn we will start the war. One thing we're going to obviously run into is, for example, our tanks are too heavy to move across the ocean. So as much as I want to bring tanks into this, we can't until I upgrade the dock. How's the power situation looking? So that solar power plant is still not done. Finished the organic furnaces, well, finished one of the organic furnaces. Apparently this one didn't receive enough metal, probably due to port issues. So this is hammering on to the fact that I will, at some point, probably need to build some ports instead of just using makeshift ports. Makeshift ports, yes. How's our current options looking like? Call to success. I think call to success you have to play on a major. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It has to be on a major. And I have to not have a military pact with the... Okay, so for the moment we can't play Call to Success. And it's really expensive to combined with that, so we couldn't play it anyway. I was trying to look what the difficulty would be, and the answer to that is impossible. It's impossible. Because you'd basically be telling them you're trying to, like, steal the people because you have a military pact with them, sort of thing. I think is what's going on there. Offer of protection, I think, has gone worse. We could still possibly do that one, so let's go ahead and chat and tone that up and attempt.
Roger that. Roger that.
And success. So we may be able to very soon unify with them, which will give us a big boost. It'll be, from an industry standpoint, pretty expensive, because we'll probably want to very rapidly run a road over there and or build a port. So they have a private harbor, so they're actually a good place to come ashore. Okay, I think with that roll, that was a good turn. We'll hold on some local power, because we're going to probably start trying to do at the client-side unification with them. Yeah. And if we don't get any surprises on this end turn, I am probably going to do the declare war coming back to us, cycling back to us. Steel Land, round 124. We have 7 decisions. We lost logical thought, apparently. I think that was mind, so it's our mind dropped too low, which is fair. All for the front, which we're not really going to need to do. Hopefully don't need to do. Fist at the cost of some hypocrisy. Probably what we're going to do.
Yes, sir. Copy that.
Roger that.
Minor worker strike. We're not going to use the military to do it. You're offering an advisor. It's real expensive.
Order received.
Affirmative.
So I think I'm going to say no, yeah, because with everything else, we've already down below 5,000. And I don't really want to sell metal
Yes,
off
sir.
to afford that, so we're going to say no. Alright, we'll start off by checking. Unification is that roll. So we're basically getting a net 60 versus a 3D 100 with a D100 on our side, which is plausible. It's not likely. And that's not in the realm of plausible, so we'll roll the unification roll.
Roger that.
And succeed. Promptly succeed. So now I've got way more troops than I do. Over here, hopefully. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna declare war. I was thinking potentially trying to do a transfer contract, but we'll hold off on the transfer contract. So minor war on you.
Yes, sir.
Menace Clan and us are now at war. Push that guy down. like that. Just apply pressure. Got this guy encircled. Next turn we will attack that encircled guy. And then if we can, we should have the industry... I will next turn. Okay, so next turn we'll try to do road to there, road up, or pave that road. Probably pave across the farmland here. Right, and then pave up that road. And then I don't think I have enough for a transport contract. Oh, I do have enough for transport contract. Oh, that's actually going to be the problem I'm going to run into. So Aphrodite Deep can do transport contract to anything in Aphrodite Deep, presumably. Well, the Dahlia Bay can do anything to Dahlia Bay, basically. But Dahlia Bay does not control Moria here, which is controlled by Dusk Cargo. Dusk Cargo, I don't have any ports on. So, yeah, I could set up a transport contract, but it wouldn't go anywhere. Right, we did some sort of transport up here. So that's the problem sometimes you run into, I think, with maritime houses. Okay. Do have surplus industry where I want to start building some docks. Ports. We just finished organic furnaces up. Should be helping with power. The solar power plant just completed as well. I think what we will do, we've got enough construction for it, so let's sealed road to there, and we'll slap down a rare metal mine. That rare metal mine, when it's done, will help us build more solar power plants. Should help us solve the electrical problems. This is the Xeno faction. We don't currently have the political power to work with them. I may just start saving up political power and poking these guys again and again and again and again. If we do that enough, they'll just peacefully integrate with us. It's not a fast thing to do, but that's why we're going to be doing it again and again and again and again. The other way to think about it is also we'll raise their opinion of us, which means we can potentially walk off a little bit of their territory diplomatically using our own troops. Without actually going into hot war. Okay, so unless I've got, probably don't. Well, get a couple scraps. Democratic farms we're not interested in. We're not interested in the Democratic warrior. Or the corrupt guy. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the corrupt guy. I think loyal is... Loyal might be heart. Or research. I forget what the descriptor is for that. We'll hold on to it just in case it's just someone with high opinion. Oh, I forgot to send out the colonists. That'll be fine, but means we have more colonists sitting around doing nothing. Which, more importantly, is not necessarily that they're doing nothing, but that they're doing nothing on government dime, which I'd prefer them not to. So yeah, looks like the shooting will actually start this coming turn. We've declared war on Minos, but Minos is apparently not attacking us. So we'll shoot at the guy that we've got encircled, and otherwise just apply more pressure. Steel round 125. Have decisions. We completed a promise. Got some money. Found some tanks. Found some infantry. Oh, not tanks. Walkers. We found walkers. Okay. we go. Pocket eliminated.
Successful.
We do want a road up here, so we're going to do sealed road. Down that road, across the way here, and up this road. Assuming we have the industry for it. We don't have the industry for the whole way, but we'll do what we can. Okay, and that should now mean that those zones are connected. It is meaning that we're probably going to need to expand that port to supply that. We got the money, so we'll do that. You're back up. Oh, because we have APCs. Yeah, we'll develop some APCs.
Affirmative.
Expansion goals.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
not piss them off. Level 2 place to level 3 place. We do have the political power for it, I think, yes. Oh no, this is level 1 to level 2.
Yes.
Doubly so, yes. And then level 2 to 3, so that was Collins. Allow emergency food, and allow supplying units if can't be brought from the SHQ. Oh, and we do have enough political power that we are going to poke Mozanar territory down here with some... No, minor. Minor... Xeno diplomat.
Roger that.
Success. Prospecting. Not expecting to discover anything. Construction. Metal mine is proceeding at speed. No other problems. Do we have any urgent issues? Let's go this now. Some of our infantry brigades have low HQ power. Second and the fourth probably just means the HQs are a little bit too far away, sitting on the port. We got one unit of the... Oh, because the one unit of the first we have over there is... the Galactic Revolving Infantry we sent across. At some point we'll try to bring the whole first across, which is why I'm not too worried about that. Oh, and our word score is up. We're now believable. It's good to know. We were low for quite a while there. Trying to get government, trying to get meritocracy. These might fail, to be fair. Oh, so that's one reason we managed to get Collins up to 3. Is its civilization score right now is actually better than the capitals. Maybe not surprising. Like, maybe actually a little worrying that the capital civilization score is so low, because it's going to start having problems trying to get people to stay there. Well, with it being 3, we can sort of slightly splurge and expand the scrapping. That may not be the greatest exchange, because it's going to just make the scrapping finish quicker, but... Is there double tag? There is double tag there. I don't think there's 2 tags. And then the other one we upgraded was Scalia, which is the one we just took. Suppose the question is, do we want to... Yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna nationalize you. Which actually turns you into a normal port. So we now need another, like, 3,000 workers there. So we will colonize workers. Yeah, we'll send 3,000 over for that to be. And then that will upgrade. Right now it's providing 200 ports. It'll go up to 1,000. At 1,000 we should actually be able to basically receive the full 500 coming across. And that will probably be enough to get the tanks to come across as well. So we may be able to get some tanks in here to do the final run on Minos in the next part. One thing, before we end, what are you bad on? You're bad on security. Can I play... Status Customs, yes.
Order received.
That should help a little bit with security. What is your education looking? It is your second lowest stat, so we'll also toss the schools in there.
Order received.
Try to get the capital to attract some people back, so it's actually worthy of being a level 4 city. And we haven't taken any combat losses, so actually I've got so many people sitting around in our recruitment pool that I am going to dump half of our recruitment pool into the capital.
Order received.
Just as civilians. That way I'm not paying too much and in food and money to, well, we're not actually giving, well, no, we're giving the recruits salaries. The people who are in the field apparently aren't being paid. Don't know the salary position in this game, but this should, in theory, lower our costs. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go ahead and cycle the turn. This is also where I'm going to go ahead and, well, the end of this end turn is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. We'll sort of do the outro here as we're waiting for the turn to cycle. I'm not expecting anything interesting on this end turn cycle. We may see a little bit of pushback from Minos. But we may not as well. We, for most of the front, just have simply better troops than them, I think. We haven't necessarily looked at their troops. But our third generation infantry are really good, and that's basically what we've brought across, is a bunch of third generation. So probably the next part we'll see Minos being conquered. Doubly so if the port improvement by nationalizing it means we can bring across proper battle tanks. Bring across proper battle tanks will basically just roll into the city real quick. Otherwise, it will be a little bit more of a slog with the infantry. So until the next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next video. I hope you've been enjoying it. Bye for now.